So I'm bilingual, I'm a language mentor, I know a few languages and I understand a few languages, and I speak in a foreign language for a living. I make YouTube videos, I help other people learn languages, and I mostly do it in my second language. So I think I'm qualified to help you if you want to become a more confident foreign language user or speaker, because this is what I do. But in order to become this perky, bubbly, cheerful version of myself that I am when I speak my native language, but in my second language, I needed to go through a process, or rather to set out on a journey. So let's get started. The first tip that I have for you is to remember that every single fear, every single doubt, and every single piece of criticism that you might have about yourself or about your speaking skills is all here and only here. I know that it's very, very easy for me to say that this is all in your head, like everything is just happening in your brain and nobody will ever criticize you or nobody will ever make you doubt yourself. This is not true, and I know it's very it's a simplistic way of viewing things, but it's not a very good one. So what I'm trying to say here is remember that you have the power to overcome these fears anytime you feel anxious about speaking a foreign language, be it in public or just during a one-on-one conversation. Remember that you have the power to work things out. You have the power to replace these worrisome thoughts, these anxious thoughts, these thoughts that tell you that your speaking skills are not good enough. You have the power to replace them with some more neutral ones and then eventually some positive ones. So let's do it together. Let's break one cycle of thought that you might have as a learner of any foreign language. Let's say that you're worried that a person you're speaking with is going to criticize you, silently judge you in their head, and notice and point out every single one of your mistakes when you speak that foreign language. Let's say that this is your thought that you have during a conversation. Yes, that might be true. It might be true that the person you're speaking with is judging you, but it might be true that they are not doing it. You never know what someone is thinking in their own head. So instead of worrying and stressing over this during a conversation, what you can do is you can assume that they are not doing anything. They are not judging you. They are not criticizing you. They are not even paying attention to your mistakes. You can assume that. When you assume this thought, when you start a conversation, it's going to be so much easier for you because you will not be paying attention to the person's judgments that they might or might not have about you, but instead you'll be able to focus on what you want to say, how you want to react to what the other person is saying. You'll be able to be in the present moment without constantly thinking about this person's thoughts, which you have no control over. So this is a more natural thought. Oh, I don't know what they are thinking, so I don't really have to worry about that because I will never know anyway. And then you can replace this with a positive thought like, oh, I know that I'm speaking so well, and sometimes I might be making mistakes, but everyone is making mistakes, including native speakers of that language, so I'm good, I'm fine. Plus, nobody is really paying attention to my mistakes because they are more concerned with their own mistakes. So why should we even pay attention to any mistakes, really? Or rather, why should we judge ourselves and other people for their mistakes? Like, that's ridiculous. So this is my first tip. Remember that you have the power to overcome these thoughts, to break these cycles, to break these patterns and replace them with something neutral and later with something positive. And if you're interested in this, if you really want to work on your fears and discover the root cause of your fears and of your anxious thoughts when you speak a foreign language, I have a workshop called Break the Fear, and it's my 2.5-hour workshop, and it is amazing. It is one of my best and most favorite workshops because it's packed with knowledge, with support, and we do this in this workshop plus so much more when it comes to speaking English and other languages as well. I am so happy that we have this workshop because it has helped so many people already. It's also a bonus training in my American Accent Academy, but you can take it on its own, and it is amazing. 2.5 hours of deep work and really working on becoming your most confident self when you speak English and other languages. So if you're interested in taking the workshop, the link is in the description box. And the second tip that I have for you is speak to yourself. Yes, You knew it was coming if you're a subscriber of mine. By the way, have you subscribed already? Are you a subscriber? If you haven't subscribed to my channel, but you're enjoying this content, you can subscribe and you'll be up to date with everything that I post and upload to my channel. And you can also like this video if you're enjoying it, because that helps us out so much. And you can also follow me on Instagram if you want to see more of my daily life and some more tips on becoming the most confident speaker of any language, plus like my real life also. So yeah, you can follow me there. But if you are subscribed to my channel and if you watched my other videos, you know that this is the best and the most important thing, the most useful piece of advice that I have for you, and that is speak to yourself every single day. Even for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes. Pretend that you're having conversations with other people, that you're giving lectures, that you're making YouTube videos, if that's something that you want to do. Just practice on your own in any situation. So just imagine a situation that you would be using this language in and just create it artificially in your brain and just pretend that you're having a conversation or that you're talking to someone or that you're presenting in front of a group of people, and just speak to yourself. I do it all the time. Even making my videos helps me with my skills because I use my second language when I film them. It's so important to create these situations for yourself because our brain will not even realize that this situation is not real, like that you're not really having this conversation with someone. And then when you're actually having a conversation with someone, your brain will remember what you said, how you acted, how you reacted, and the words and the phrases that you used, and it will be hardwired to help you out when these situations actually arise. Create so many situations in which you would be using this language and practice. Oh my god, it's so helpful. Whenever anyone asks me, Laura, how have you become this good when it comes to English, and why are you so confident? I am obsessed. Like, you know my story. If you don't, I will leave a link to my English learning story somewhere here. But I am obsessed and I speak to myself every single day in English, and this is why I'm so confident, and this is my regular self that I would be if I were speaking Polish as well. If you take anything away from this video, this is it. This is it. Speak to yourself. Promise me. Let me know in the comments. Write me a comment saying, yes, I will be speaking to myself every single day because Laura is crazy and I am crazy, and I'll be doing it because she's a crazy lady who told me to do it. So yeah, write a comment like that, okay? Yeah, I'll be there to read it and reply to it. So I'll see you in the comments. The third tip that I have for you is related to making mistakes. In the workshop, in the Break Your Fear workshop, we talk about making mistakes and dealing with making mistakes. But remember, mistakes are bound to happen. You are going to make mistakes. So let's just throw the concept of being a perfect speaker out the window. Let's just forget about it. It does not exist anymore because nobody is a perfect speaker. And so many people have this idea that in order to become more confident and in order to speak better and improve their speaking skills, they think that they have to be a perfect speaker, and the moment they make a mistake, they remember it, they judge themselves for it, and they are just so preoccupied with this mistake that they no longer have this confidence because they are worried that they might make this mistake again. And I'm here to tell you that perfect speakers don't exist, including native speakers of the language that you're going to use. And I know that many of you might think that native speakers are judging you or that you need to be perfect, but you don't. You really don't. But you probably make mistakes in your native language as well. Let's just all let go, take a deep breath, and allow ourselves to be human, okay? You don't have to be perfect. Your speaking skills will always be improving, and that's another tip that I have for you. Let go of the idea of improving as fast as you can, okay? I don't know who you are and I don't know how old you are, but I remember when I was 16, 17, I thought I had everything figured out. I thought I was the perfect speaker. I thought my pronunciation and my accent was just impeccable. I thought I knew it all. I'm 26 now, and I'm just full of sympathy and love for my 16-year-old self because she was just so I don't know, she thought she was perfect, but she wasn't. But at the same time, she thought she knew everything. And I'm 26 right now. And even though I've been studying English my whole life and using it my whole life, I know that I don't know everything about it. I am a bit more humble when it comes to my knowledge of English, even though it's vast and I use it like English. I use English every single day. I am not unrealistic about it. And I know that I am still improving. Like my skills 2 years ago, you can watch any video on my channel. I was not as confident in front of the camera, but also my linguistic skills have improved and they will only continue to improve. But sometimes as speakers of foreign languages, we think that we have to make progress so fast. We think that we have to be better and better and better. And when we don't see the progress, we are just discouraged and it doesn't help with our confidence level. So I want you to remember that you are a human on this planet, and just like with everything, you will continue to grow, you will continue to learn, you will continue to improve, and no matter what your language level is, or no matter your confidence level at this point in your life, if you continue working on it, if you continue putting in the effort, you will become the most confident version of yourself as a speaker of a foreign language. And it will happen for you. Just let go of the idea that it has to happen by a certain time, by a certain date. Just continue building up your courage, building up your confidence every single day. And I promise you, one day you will realize how far you've come, and you can keep a journal or you can vlog yourself in the process. And maybe in a few years, you'll look back on it, you'll watch your old vlogs or read your journal entries, and you'll see how far you've come. So please remember, it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen in a year or maybe in even 2 or 3 years, but it will happen. Just keep going, okay? Another tip that I have for you is for those of you who are learning more than one foreign language, and that is your confidence level doesn't have to be the same in all of the languages that you speak. So for example, I am super confident in Polish, I am super confident when I speak English, but when it comes to French or Spanish, sometimes I still don't know enough vocabulary and sometimes I don't really understand what someone is saying to me, so I'm not as confident because I'm not as experienced when it comes to those languages, but it's okay. Like, it's truly okay. And there are also times when I am not as confident when I speak English because maybe I'm tired, or maybe I had a bad day, or maybe I don't know, I'm in a very weird mood or something. And sometimes I'm not the same when it comes to my confidence level. So it might be because of the language, it might be because of the day, it might be because of the mood, it might be because of many things. But your confidence level will not be the same all the time, 100% of the time, and it will not be the same in all of the foreign languages that you speak. So just like I said with being imperfect, remember that you are going to have better and worse days, and that's okay. We don't have to be our most confident selves all the time, so just enjoy. And the last tip that I have for you is a little bit more advanced and a little bit more on the personal development side of things, but I hope some of you will enjoy it and it will help some of you. And that is, I want you to imagine the most confident version of yourself, the version of you, the version of the speaker that you want to become in your head, and think about what you would be thinking if you already were that person. How would you speak? What would you say during a conversation? How would you react to somebody's comments? Or how would you present yourself? Just have this image in your head and then go deeper. Feel the feelings that you would feel if you already were that person. Maybe you would be a bit more relaxed, or maybe you would be just flowing with the conversation. How would you feel? How would it feel to be this version of yourself, this speaker, this confident speaker of that language? And then once you have this image in your head and you feel the feelings, ask yourself, well, next time I have a conversation or next time I'm presenting something, what can I do to get there? Like, what can I do to take one step towards becoming that version of myself? And just listen, just observe what comes up in your head and remember this action. And next time when you have a conversation, just do it. Maybe that's using a different greeting, or maybe that's paying someone a compliment, or maybe that's talking about a topic that you're really passionate about. Whatever comes to mind, I want you to remember what it is and do it during your next conversation. And you can repeat this exercise as often as you want to, because it's so powerful. Because when we have this image of who we want to become and this confident version of ourselves when we speak a foreign language, and we act as if we already were this person, we are taking one step towards actually becoming this person. So you can repeat this exercise whenever you need to, and one day, I promise you, you will become this confident speaker, this confident user of that language. I am sure of it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like it if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.